Ladies and gentlemen, I paid very close attention and listened very carefully to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's speech earlier today in Homa Bay.
I hope I'm convincing you that there's need, absolutely no need for fear. And if you sometimes feel overcome and overwhelmed in whichever form, and you're missing Baba, if you're missing Baba, my friend Paranya, there's Uncle Steve-O. Yeah, so we should not miss each other. And then there's nothing in Raila Odinga to miss, I can tell you that. Knowing him, he'll be traversing the continent like a colossus. But please, remember the things that he has talked about, which he cannot now perhaps speak about because he needs William Ruto's vote. So he cannot now say, Sakayo shuka chini. We will say that on his behalf.
And I am now convinced 100% that Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka is actually ready to take over from Raila Amolo Odinga should he succeed as the next chair of the African Union Commission.
So, they are all taxes, including the infamous, and I say it unapologetically and boldly, the infamous housing tax, which Parliament passed. All right? I say my brother now cannot talk that language. We will talk it. Now the trouble is if the muti kikatwa, and then to find our brother is on the same branch, na Zakayo, tutakata muti ama hapana? We don't want our brother to come down. That is a joke. That's what I'm telling you. Relax. Relax about this situation. Raila Odinga needs prayers. Before I came, my brother, I met Ambassador Amina Mohammed. As you know, she ran for that post and lost to Mohammed Faki by only 2 votes. Mohammed Faki from Chad, 2 votes. We want the situation. She's willing to even now show you there's a beaten, she has very committed to say she'll do and show you wherever and wherever, so you can get your 2/3 majority at round 1. Tumpigie baba makofi jamani.
And the biggest question is, what is William Ruto's interest in Raila Odinga's bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission? Because let's face it, Raila Odinga has always been the enigma of Kenyan politics. If you look at ODM party, there is no way you can talk about ODM minus Raila Amolo Odinga. So his departure is going to create a very big hole in ODM party. If you look at Azimio, Raila Odinga has been the leader, the uniting factor in Azimio. Then in Kenya Kwanza, their campaign has always been around Raila Amolo Odinga, which means the departure of Raila Amolo Odinga is going to create 2 other factors in 2027. The Kikuyu factor and the Luo factor. Assuming Raila Odinga will not be on the ballot, how will the Luo community vote? Will they vote for William Ruto, who is really trying so hard to win the support of the Luo nation? Yesterday, for those who followed William Ruto's speech in Homa Bay, he was very clear that the 2025 Shuja Day celebration will take place in Homa Bay. Why do you think William Ruto chose Homa Bay for next year? Because we all know that in February, the African Union shall have elected, February next year, the African Union shall have elected chair of the African Union Commission. In that case, probably Raila Amolo Odinga. And then William Ruto coming to Homa Bay would mean that he will be coming to celebrate the victory of Raila Amolo Odinga. But Kalonzo Musyoka is also here waiting for the Luo votes because he has stood with Raila Amolo Odinga. The other factor is the Kikuyu factor. If you look at the way the Kikuyu nation have always voted, because you can't talk of Kenyan politics without the Kikuyu votes, they have the numbers. If you look at their results, the presidential results of 2022, the Kikuyu nation gave William Ruto the highest number of votes. Actually, I think it must have been 40-something%, over 3-point-something million votes. And they did that because of Raila Odinga. There's always a saying in the Kikuyu nation that if you want Kikuyu to wake up to vote, then just have the name Raila Odinga on the ballot. Of course, let us give credit where it's due. In the last election, the Kikuyu nation actually voted for Raila Odinga because Raila Odinga got over 1.4 million from the Kikuyu nation. But the fact is, as things stand today, if Raila Odinga were to go to the African Union Commission, who is going to win the Kikuyu votes? Will the Kikuyu nation vote for William Ruto? And William Ruto has already sensed that they might not vote for him. And that's why he's keenly following the development in the Luo nation. So in this video, after listening to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's speech in Homa Bay, I want to offer my unsolicited advice on immediate things that Kalonzo Musyoka need to do. But before you do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. Ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, allow me to take this commercial break. Are you tired of high electricity cost? Insta-Light Power System has the solution. Their combination of inverters and battery system ensure that all your lighting and appliances are powered by their solar system. This includes washing machines, iron boxes, computers, Wi-Fi, routers, refrigerators, freezers, and more. But that's not all. For those who simply need a reliable power backup during outages, like what happened yesterday along Kiambu Road, they've got you covered. Their backup solution can provide up to 30 hours of uninterrupted power. Contact Charles Githiomi on the numbers you are seeing on your screen. This is the time to make that big shift and protect yourself from unreliable power supply. Now, if you listen to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's speech today, I think it must have been one of the... If you listened to Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's speech today, I think it was one of his best.
We are going to stand with our brother, and I know his heart, because we spend a lot of time together. And you people of Homa Bay, people of South Nyanza, people of Nyanza, including Kishi people, have no fear that we are in this. I cannot see how a brother can drop a baton when it comes to safeguarding the interests, particularly the democratic credentials that are part of his history, and that he would support dictatorship anywhere in Africa, including his own country. So if that is a Raila Odinga, I know I have no fear.
But for me, Kalonzo Musyoka must do the following. Number one, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka must take charge and rally all Azimio principles to support Raila Odinga's bid of becoming the next chair of the African Union Commission. I want to ask this question. Where is Martha Karua? Where is Martha Karua? Because ideally, I would have expected Martha Karua to take a lead in case Raila Odinga will be out of the country. But Martha Karua avoided meetings where Kalonzo Musyoka were for some time. Of course, today I've followed up and I got information that she was representing those wazis who are taken to court over Mungiki-like activities. But the truth is, Kalonzo must take lead and ensure all the Azimio principles are speaking one language as far as Raila Odinga's bid is concerned. Because there was the story that Uhuru Kenyatta wanted that seat and that probably is not supporting it fully. Of course, the other day I saw David Murathe and Jeremiah Kioni supporting Raila. Those two are actually the faces of Uhuru Kenyatta in some of these events. So I want to assume Uhuru Kenyatta is fully behind it. But remember, Kenya Kwanza are keen on creating division within Azimio. So they must be very keen. So he must, as a matter of urgency, rally all these Azimio leaders together. That is the sure way of showing that they are together. Number two, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka must seek Raila Odinga's support in dealing with ODM fear. There is a big political fear within ODM party as a result of the anticipated departure of Raila Odinga. The truth is, if Raila Odinga were to leave ODM today, who is going to be the ODM party leader? Are ODM supporters going to rally behind that leader? In that case, I propose that Kalonzo Musyoka should figure out, with the help of Raila Odinga, how he can seek the help of, say, Orengo, say Oparanya, say Joho, say Anyang' Nyong'o, those key ODM leaders, and figure out how they are going to address the fear within ODM party. And I'm glad, because I listened to him, that he kind of assured people like Oparanya that even if Baba will not be there, Uncle is there.
I hope I'm convincing you that there's need, absolutely no need for fear. And if you sometimes feel overcome and overwhelmed in whichever form, and you're missing Baba, if you're missing Baba, my friend Oparanya, there's Uncle Steve-O. Yeah, so we should not miss each other.
Number 3, Kalonzo Musyoka must sustain the onslaught against Kenya Kwanza. The truth of the matter is that William Ruto and his team are currently happy. They are smiling that Raila Odinga is no longer in the picture. And of course, even Kalonzo Musyoka himself alluded to the fact that Raila can no longer call William Ruto Sakayo. And for those who are keen, when Raila Odinga issued the statement from Kampala, he was very clear and referred to Ruto as the president. For the first time, Raila Odinga has never referred to Ruto as the president. He has always referred to him as Mr. Ruto. So he must sustain the onslaught. There are several issues which ODM and Azimio were pursuing under the leadership of Raila Odinga. He must continue with them. That is the issue of tax, the electoral justice. Remember, there was that NADCO report of which he was the co-chair. There are several issues around it. For example, are we going to see change in our electoral process? Or are we just going to mark time? William Ruto is just going to mark time with us until the next election. So he must continue sustaining those onslaught, because that's the only way, the only sure way of winning the support of ODM supporters. The truth is, there is no way Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka can actually win the presidency without the support of ODM. Strong base. And number 4, consolidation of the Azimio basis. And when you talk of Azimio basis, Ukambani is now fully under Kalonzo. That's guaranteed. But what about Coast? What about Western? What about Nyanza? Those are the regions William Ruto is also targeting. It means Kalonzo must move very fast and quickly consolidate. So the truth is, for Kalonzo to do that, he must have money. And I've always stated on this platform many times that Kalonzo needs someone like Sonko-like individual around him. He must have a Sonko-like individual who he can send. Like, for example, if Kalonzo were to send Sonko to represent him in some event in Mombasa, in Kisumu, and state that Kalonzo, that will be very good for Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And lastly, there is nothing they can achieve without a proper communication strategy. Nothing. So which means Kalonzo Musyoka must work with Raila Odinga. I know Raila Odinga might go to Addis Ababa with his team, but the truth is Kalonzo must also come up with a proper communication strategy, come up with a communications team which is heavily funded. I was telling someone the other day that Raila Odinga has that communication vehicle, he has the cameras. The guy doing Raila Odinga's live stream is a very good friend of mine. We actually worked together for a long time with him. But the truth is, he started by volunteering the services. And then, now he's working there for Raila. I don't understand why Kalonzo should be struggling. I've been following a bit of improvements in his live stream and the rest, but a lot still needs to be done. So he can actually seek for the services of some of these guys for the time being. Because of course, for Kalonzo, he will also need his own team, because those are people who are Raila Odinga guys. I don't know what you think, but for me, I'm now convinced that Kalonzo Musyoka is ready to take over from Raila Odinga. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.